People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning in and them things there. Now, I wouldn't say I'm late to the party. I've been speculating on Thierry Henry's future for a while now. He's been linked with Bordeaux, Aston Villa, just about every available possible job that's able to fabricate or see that he can move there. It's been done, in it. We've all seen that he's returned home. I know it's not Arsenal, but he's returned home before home in Monaco. And been named as their manager following the sacking by from Yardim, or the mutual termination. I mean, ironically, Leonardo Yardim, someone I still hold in high regard, regardless of how it went for Monaco. I mean, he gave Monaco their first title in 17 years, went against a PSG side that tripled them in terms of wages, financial muscle, etc. And he did say this would be his toughest season at Monaco for various reasons. There was the issues with pre-season. There's issues surrounding a lot of injuries throughout the side, especially in defence. A lot of players underperforming, specifically, sadly, Telemans, for example. Just anything that can go wrong did essentially go wrong. And he obviously, Henry's now returned to Monaco. It's a fantastic opportunity for him, and for me, it shows bravery, because there's a lot of risk. There's a lot of romance with his return. Even if you look at the Twitter handle of Monaco with the nice production they did, it's very much right now the prodigal son, or whatever the word is, returns home. The prince now returns home as a king, having stayed in many corners of the world, some of the finest cities in New York, Barcelona, London with Arsenal, playing in Italy with Juventus. He's done all of that. He's won stuff as a player. He's done the punditry thing. And now the Messiah is coming back to return Monaco back to their rightful place. So if it goes wrong, it's a madness. Now, there is a lot of pressure on the guy, and he clearly knows it. I don't think there's pressure in the sense that people don't expect him to instantly be as good as a manager as he was as a player. They don't expect him to win the league and things like that. Part of me thinks it has to get worse at Monaco before it gets better, and this season to a degree has to be labelled a write-off. Top 10 is still possible. Top 3 seems like an impossible dream, but such is the French league. There's not really much in it. They could still do it. There's a lot of work for him to do. And no one can say Henry doesn't lack bravery, because he could have went to a more comfortable job. He could have stayed in his comfortable role, but he's gone and fought and went for a role where he could fail fast, where many people with twice the experience in the managerial world as him would come up short. There's a lot of work to be done. The recruitment's been underwhelming. The young players they've got are going to need to be gelled into the side. Something Henry said he wants to do with Mbula. He didn't say these, I'm name dropping them. Gubels, Panzo, Pellegrini, the young lad from Genoa. There's some good players, and dotted around Benali, the striker, Jonathan Benali, but Bakali, I can't say his name properly, but there's a lot of talent dotted around the young players. So the young players are going to need gelling. Players are going to need to be replaced. New signings are going to have to hit the ground running. To put into context, such as it's a rebuild of sorts. I mean, only 4 or 5 players that actually won the league with Monaco are still there. I swear, the keeper, Sidibe, Galik, and Jemison, or someone else, and Falcao. So that's a mad rebuilding job. And if you look at a couple of them, you could probably see the likes of Sidibe moving on. Falcao, he's getting on a bit. Maybe he's getting a lot of money and he's got a good position at Monaco, but maybe he wants a new challenge. You never know. It's a brave move from Henry. Why I rate it as well is because he wants to work with young players and things like that. So if it does go well for him, he would be presented with, you'd like to think, 2-3 years to mould the team into his image, to try what works, what doesn't work, and things like that. And as a manager, if it hits the ground running, you're able to do that. That would be fantastic. Mould the team in his image and then probably move on. Hopefully, you're grooming yourself to manage Arsenal one day. I would love it to happen. You get to develop young players. He's already taken a training session. In fact, he's already visited under 19s training session and introduced himself. So he's doing it very well, in my opinion. A part of me thinks I rate it as well because he's jumping in at the deep end. Like, he could have went to a club where things would be easier. Massive rebuild. And by the Belgium job and a couple little hit things here and there at Arsenal, there's a good foundation that he's implemented into himself. But it's not in terms of managerial experience, it's lacking. So he's on a real fail fast thing, and I really rate it, to be fair with you. And I also feel a bit of irony, because if you look at Monaco, if they were to, alright, cool, let's say they get back to competing with PSG, a lot of their players will be sold, such as the model of Monaco, such as what the chairman wants to do. maybe that would be frustrating for Henry, because if you go back to '06 when Arsenal needed to go on a different run for many of reasons, because we had the stadium, so we couldn't be as competitive, we didn't have the players. Henry sought pastures new, and that was him as a player to Wenger. So ironically, he's going to have to work under similar circumstances to Wenger, how Wenger did at Arsenal to a degree, and he's going to have to see somewhat flashbacks to what he did as a player. It's going to happen to him. Like, they're going to ask him these sort of questions, to be fair. I like to think he's been given money to spend, because I'm not saying he's going to be able to spend 70 million on a player, but some money needs to be there, because they need to bring in some players in January. And I remember reading reports when he was linked with the Bordeaux job, or in talks with that, big thing he wanted was some cash to spend, and that weren't there. So whatever, innit. I also think there's an underlying fitness issue at Monaco, because a lot of the players that have been brought into the club that are there, they're lacking in fitness, or they keep getting injured. So I'm not a physio, things like that, but maybe that's something he has to revamp, to be fair with you. Obviously, he's brought Kwame Amanfadu, skilled with youth, and he's brought through the Benfica youth coach. So he's got some good people around him, especially when you consider the Monaco model of young players. So yeah, obviously I want to see him getting the likes of Golovin playing well as well. And I want to see how he implements himself as a manager, to be fair. I'm keen to see his tactics. We know Henry was very, very analytical as a player. I remember watching an interview. Wenger said he's the only player that can tell you why he shot at the exact second, because the keeper moved to a certain direction. That sort of analytical approach, particularly with the strikers and in regards to your tactics, I'm keen to see how he goes about that. I'm keen to see. I mean, Henry was he was world class as a player. The technical level was good. He enjoyed good football, but he was tenacious. He was demanding. He was ferocious. Damn right, he might have even been scary for the teammates. So like, these are some of the things he had the fire in his belly. These are some of the things I want to see associated with him as a player, put into his squad. And I'd also like to see how he looks at management, because he's played under Pep, he's had many experiences under Pep, played under Wenger, played under a lot of reputable managers that I can't sit here and list all the time. He's worked with world-class players at Belgium as well. So obviously Martinez isn't held in the same high regard as Pep and Wenger. I mean, Pep and Wenger, no disrespect to Martinez, but he's bound to have learned little tips here and there, and picked up things off other people. Or he might have his own things that he's always wanted to do. So yeah, man, I want to see him do well. I want to see him, do the best. Probably, I know they're going to end up playing us in the Europa League. I'll make a separate vid. I guarantee that's going to happen. Such is the thing written on this. But good luck, man. Good luck. Any sick young players or any players, Henry, allow us, man. Get them deals in for Arsenal. You and Mislin, Tat and Raul, get us some deals, man, because we should have had Thomas Lemar. Yeah, man. I want to see you groom yourself for the Arsenal job in a couple of years. You know, Henry's my guy, but you know how the thing goes. But yeah, there's nothing more to say, man. It's a brave job, man. But fell fast is my thinking, and Henry looks like he's on that. So, guys, DG, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. Thank you for watching and rocking with me. It means the world. I'm out.